Hello, Aries. My name is Echo, and thank you to your May 2025 tarot reading. To get a more clear reading on what is going on for you this month, be sure to check your ascendant sign first. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and continue and see what this month has for you. And I do try to bring the shuffling out in front of you guys. I have a habit, and I've said this in other videos, of shuffling close to my chest, and this is only because I tend to drop things a lot. But I will try to bring the shuffle out in front of you, in front of the camera, just so you can see exactly what's going on. So here we go. You start off with the chameleon spirit, act as if. I don't get this card very often. Now, chameleons are known to change color to their environment, right? That's what a chameleon is pretty much known for. And you may find that you've been doing this yourself quite recently, Aries. You are going to continue this as needed in the future. I feel like somebody has made this almost like a life skill. Aries is a very strong energy, and there's actually a lot of planets moving through your sign at this time. So everyone's really in a coming back to self kind of mode right now. But for you, this resonates very well. You're going to continue to transform as needed to your environment. But Aries is very content to lead the way, be the person leading the charge and showing others how to progress. So if you do find an environment that needs you to dial it down just a little bit, I feel that you're not going to be adverse to this in the month of May, but you're going to use this to your advantage, because if you're going to lead somebody, they like to know that you resonate with them at least on some level, right? So you want to be sure to make yourself approachable if leading the charge in a project or endeavor, not only for yourself, but for a community, is your ultimate goal. So let's go ahead and see what we have next. Next up, you have Dare to Dream. Okay, so you're very clearly putting things into motion here that matter to you. And you're putting forward something that's maybe been a dream for you for a while, but not so much in the cards as a reality, okay? And what I mean is we all have daydreams. This did come up in another reading. You may be doing something, your typical 9 to 5, that isn't exactly your rock star dream job that you're super passionate about, and that's fine. But this may be the thing that you need to give you stability to do things like pay bills, pay rent, what have you, all the things we have to do, so that when you have time to create, you can put your whole heart into this, you can put all your passion into this, and you're not worried about all that other stuff, okay? So dare to dream. If there is something that you're looking toward acting on at this time, you're encouraged to do that. Reach for whatever it is you want. So I just want to continue with this reading and see what we have from the Runic Oracle deck. Next up, you have Raido. Raido is the rune of the journey or the path, the wheel. This is all about movement. So you are moving forward on something that matters a lot to you. And you notice there is a whale sitting on this card. Now, whales are capable of going great distances within just the period of a day, right? They move very slowly, very gracefully, but they've got a lot of power behind them and they can go very far, actually. If you continue your journey with the power and grace that you have going and really, I'm hearing, plummet the depths of what you're capable of, you're going to be able to go very far building towards this dream. And you need to act as if you already have it, right? Because a chameleon card is telling us act as if. Yes, you may be changing to your environment, but you also need to act as if you already have this dream that you're working toward, because you're telling spirit, I'm in this energy. Now let's make everything in my immediate vicinity meld to match me, right? not just the chameleon who always changes to the environment, but you'll be telling spirit, I'm acting like I already have this dream from the Dare to Dream card, and now I would like you to make it blend with me, right? Make this world where I am. So I want to continue this reading for you, Aries, and see what's going on, because like I said, we have a lot of planets moving through Aries right now. So there's a very direct, not so much in your face type energy. If some people do come off that way, that's just their approach to life. I wouldn't, do anything but take it with a grain of salt. But I feel like this is really more about you as an Aries, because this is your season, directing yourself into what it is you want, looking inward so you can get out there and step out there and show everybody else. So to start off your reading, you have the Karma card in reverse, the High Priestess, and the King of Swords. Okay. So the Karma card is just what they happen to call the Judgment card in this particular deck. And it really indicates that what you put out is what you're going to go back what you're going to get back, and somebody may be passing judgment on you. Okay. Um, this is true. I'm not seeing that you're generating any negative karma, but more that you're seeing where that has happened to you in the past and you're looking to negate that now. You're moving through the cycles of the maiden, the mother, and the crone that are depicted in this card. And it looks like they're almost in ritual beneath an eclipse. An eclipse is actually talking about where the darkness can sometimes cover our own light, but the light continues to shine through. And through all phases of life, the mother, the maiden, and the crone, which are symbolic of when we are first starting out and we are first learning, to when we are coming of age, when these life lessons are applicable every day, and now they start to become knowledge, and then that we use for survival, what have you, and growing and coming into being who we are meant to be. And then the crone phase, where you are, winding down. And now that knowledge has become great wisdom and it's part of your legend, part of the tale that will follow you after you have left this plane. Okay. So in reverse, it tells me you may be blotting out your own light at times when it's really not necessary, and you're not necessarily giving yourself enough credit. You're a harsh judge of yourself, and you really don't need to be, because you're an Aries. People seem to think, hey, I'm not really crazy about your attitude, but I still need your help. They recognize you for the powerful being that you are, and you should really embrace that. And if they really don't like the way you come off abrasively, maybe it's just time to have a little bit of a talk, make an adjustment, and teach them how to chameleon themselves. The high priestess indicates that you are the keeper of great knowledge. She is not just the keeper of great knowledge, but secrets and the power that lies behind them in general. So you may have some secrets of your own at this time that you feel you're not quite ready to reveal. If you're working on something like this dream, you may be keeping it under your hat and not really saying anything until it's time for the big reveal. Either because you're afraid someone might take your ideas or because you don't feel it's quite ready to put out there yet. But embrace that confidence and know that whatever it is you're building, whatever it is you're working toward, it is a very powerful thing, and it is going to help the other people around you as you move forward with life. Okay. She is the keeper of great knowledge, great power, and the mysteries that be. The King of Swords indicates that you are in your headspace right now, but in a good way. You've got a lot of wisdom and know-how on your shoulder on whatever this is you're working on. And in the month of May, you're going to have some great new ideas on how you can enact that which you desire. A lot of signs this season are just on the precipice of change, making changes with what they want in their life as far as relationships, jobs, what they want their everyday to look like, and really getting clear with the self. You, however, seem to look like you already have a pretty good idea, and now you're ready to put a plan into action. So you're just putting on, I'm hearing finishing touches, final touches. Thank you, Spirit, to make whatever that is you have planned and you have figured out come into fruition. So I want to see, what does my Aries maybe not see coming in the month of May, because you're pretty on top of your game. There's just a little teeny tiny bit of questioning the self and not giving yourself enough credit, but I really don't hear that as being a very harsh critic of yourself. You're just, a little bit of what ifing here and there, and that's not so bad, right? It's okay to double check ourselves once in a while. It's when you second guess yourself too much that it becomes a bit of a hindrance rather than a help. So in the position of what you don't see coming, you have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is all about a severe transformation as indicated by the butterfly. Now this staff is sitting up here high above the village down there. I'm not sure you can see that. And it is high up on the mountaintop, almost like an ascended master or a great journeyer has put it there to mark their position on the top of that hill, at the top of that mountain. I'm hearing King of the Hill. Thank you, Spirit. If you notice, the ribbon that is tied around this staff is flopping around. If you've ever been like sailing, because I used to go sailing a lot down when I lived in Florida, when the wind changes, that is when you see like a sail or a ribbon or a marker switch directions, excuse me, or a flag even. And it indicates that there is a change in the wind, and there's definite transformation of the energy around you at this time. Wands are all about fire and passionate energy, okay? That which truly resonates with you, which you truly desire, and where your real fire, your real heart lies, what really matters to you at the end of the day, okay? So the Ace of Wands is indicating that what you don't see coming is a transformation in how those dreams and how your passions may change, either the ability to come about or they may change entirely as you redefine exactly what matters to you. And that's okay, because going back to the drawing board and making changes to our plans are how we decide what really makes us happy and how we find our true selves. You're allowed to change your mind whenever you like, Aries, just like anybody else. So, what blessings does Aries have in the month of May, Spirit? The King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is a very bountiful king sitting atop his throne, admiring that pentacle of his. And he has this wonderful kingdom in the background and a bounty of grapes. If you've ever been to a vineyard, they will teach you all about what it is to grow grapes. And I can tell you there is a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of attention that you have to give to your crops, be out there and actually visit them on a regular basis, tend to the grapes, keep the pests away and what have you. They're a difficult thing to grow, but they are affiliated with a sort of richness. They're pressed down into wine, for example. A lot of people go vacation at, say, like Martha's Vineyard, and it is like the epitome of, look at us, we're doing something that's kind of fancy in nature, kind of high life, but also peaceful in nature. They're a symbol of having enough, having a bounty. So you are going to be blessed with some sort of bounty at this point in time. And pentacles are about things you can touch and see. So this may be something in the home space. I feel like that's really more the energy, or it may be something in your job, because we are talking about building a dream here, right? It could be building your dream home and considering the journey it took to get there. Or it could be it's time to take a journey into a workspace that better suits you. So just revisit that and see whatever it is that's resonating with you. I would like to see what advice Spirit has for Aries in the month of May, please. What advice do you have for my Aries? Here you have the Empress in reverse. Now the Empress is all about coming back to self, knowing your true power and your capability. She is a very fertile individual as she sits here with the symbol of the rabbit. They are symbols of fertility. And she actually looks like she may even be with child in this particular deck. As she sits about the bountiful forest in the peace of the environment around her, she sits atop her throne, admiring her own power and her connection to the divine with this crown of stars above her head. In reverse, this tells me that you may be having a little bit of an issue coming back to self. It may be time to redefine your own boundaries, your own limitations, and admire whatever gifts you do have. Really gather everything together, put your eggs in one basket, and then go, okay? So they tell you not to put all your eggs in one basket, but at this point, I feel like Spirit is telling you, you've got it. You're really not missing anything. So draw everything together, come back to self, sit and get real with yourself on what it is you want to create, because you're ready, okay? It's like ripe for the picking. Again, with these grapes, the Spirit says whatever it is you want is ripe for the picking. Thank you, Spirit. So I would like to go ahead and draw a rune for you, and I do draw these at random. No peeking. Let's see what rune we have. And these are a great way to close out the reading. So let's take this one. Okay, so the rune you have here is Othela. Some people pronounce it Othala, but it is the room of the home space. It is also part of the protection room. So there is divine protection. You are sheltered. You are in a very comfortable home space at this time. And we were talking about the possibility of maybe going for a new home. So that's kind of funny to me. But you do need to get real with yourself. Do your coming home to self energy at this time, because that is going to benefit you in the month of May. I love this reading for you, Aries. This is very beautiful energy. You are on top of your game, probably more than any sign I've done the readings for at this time, because everyone's really just doing the work, but in a different way. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I'm wishing you a very happy May. My name is Echo, and I'll see you next time.